welcome to Talk of Thrones, the show where I discuss Game of Thrones related content and other such things concerning Game of Thrones. Now today I want to introduce a news segment called How Powerful Is, and I'm going to talk about the military strength of each house. Not so much their history, but mainly focus on their military strength. Over time I plan to do all the great houses, the free cities, and as well as other notable places such as Karth, Slavers Bay, and Ashai. And I'm going to start this one off by talking about how powerful is House Tyrell. House Tyrell can raise more troops than any other kingdom in the Seven Kingdoms. They can raise from about 80,000 to 200,000 men, and they have plate armor, which isn't as good as the Lannister armor, but it's still a decent armor. It's better than the Northern armor, which mainly consists of leather. House Tyrell is also the second richest house in Westeros, just behind House Lannister. Part of this is due to House Redwine of the Arbor. House Redwine produces some of the best wine in the world, such as Arbor Gold, which is highly sought after in both Westeros and Essos, and is commonly favored by rich people such as Illyrio Mopatis. This helps to secure House Tyrell's reputation as a major economic player in the known world. House Redwine also has a massive fleet, which gives the Tyrells a naval advantage, which is useful considering that they border the Iron Islands and the Lannisters. The Reach is known as the breadbasket of Westeros and can produce a lot of crops. They produce enough crops to feed themselves and to export to other areas of Westeros. The Reach is also home to the greatest minds of Westeros. Maesters come from all over Westeros to train at the Citadel, which is also the largest place of knowledge in Westeros, and Old Town is also a major port for the Free Cities and the other Seven Kingdoms. The Reach is also known for producing some of the best horses in Westeros for combat and jousting. House Tyrell also has access to the best general in Westeros, Randyll Tarly, who's known for producing some of the finest soldiers in Westeros, as well as being a loyal ally to the Tyrells. Knighthood is also held in high regard in the Reach, so the Reach has access to a lot of knights. House Tyrell also has access to a lot of schemers in the family, such as Lady Olenna and Marjorie Tyrell, who help to pull the strings behind the scenes. The Reach does have its weaknesses though. The fact that it shares borders with 4 other regions of Westeros could make it subject to invasion. The Reach also lacks any natural defenses such as mountains, which are found in the Westerlands and the Vale. The Reach also tolerates homosexuality as well as more revealing clothing for women, which might put them in bad standing with some of the more conservative regions of Westeros. House Tyrell isn't exactly the most pious house, which might put them in bad standing with religious organizations such as the High Sparrow. House Tyrell lacks any strong allies, like the ones found in House Stark and House Tully. House Tyrell tends to side with whoever they think is going to win, most of the time. Currently, Marjorie Tyrell is in prison, so one of the Reach's strongest assets is currently not available to them. The men of House Tyrell aren't exactly the brightest of the bunch. Mace Tyrell is a dumb oaf who will gladly follow Cersei's orders even though he's being used as a puppet. And his heir Loras seems more concerned about winning tournaments rather than leading House Tyrell. So all of the admin work of House Tyrell has fallen on the aging Lady Olenna, who can't manage the affairs of House Tyrell forever, seeing as she is pretty old. But she sure has a good wit though. House Tyrell also faces infighting from House Florent, who see themselves as the rightful heirs to Highgarden rather than House Tyrell. House Florent also supports Stannis Baratheon rather than King Tommen. So that's my first video in the How Powerful Is series. Let me know which house you want to see next. Leave out some comments below. Bye.